Hello, I'm Casey Burns with the Bureau of Land Management, here to share U.S. Department of Interior bee monitoring coordination and prioritization. Our mission at DOI is to protect and manage the nation's natural resources and cultural heritage, provide scientific and other information about those resources, and honor its trust responsibilities or special commitments to American Indians, Alaska Natives, and affiliated island communities. Within the Department of Interior, we have about 70,000 employees spread across 11 bureaus. One of our DOI priorities is to conserve at least 30% of our lands and waters by the year 2030, and we'll work to protect biodiversity, slow extinction rates, and help leverage natural climate solutions. I'm here because I believe that DOI lands and DOI staff are key in developing and implementing a national native bee monitoring plan. We've had 86 people as of last spring from DOI participating in the RCN effort. We have a variety of information needs at DOI related to native bees. We need information to assess and avoid impacts and proactively manage pollinators, pollinator habitat, and the ecological service of pollination. And we need information on the bees' distribution, status, trends, threats, habitat associations, and their floral associations. You can see here a map of Department of Interior and U.S. Forest Service lands. Forest Service is in the Department of Agriculture. DOI manages approximately 18% of the surface land in the United States. And as you can see in these two maps, we manage some of the areas in the Western US where we have higher concentrations of DOI land that are also areas that are higher concentrations of wild bee abundance and native bee species richness. Within DOI, we have about 6,400 biologists. There's about the same number within USDA. In March of 2022, we've established the DOI Pollinator Conservation Coordination Group. This charter was signed by the directors of 4 DOI agencies. Among other things, this charter provides a forum for scientific collaboration and encourages us to collaborate with other similar coordinating groups and colleagues to support broader pollinator conservation efforts, such as the RCN. We also are actively coordinating with USDA, as well as a variety of state fish and game agencies, natural heritage programs, academia, and nonprofit groups. I'll run through a quick agency by agency summary of monitoring and prioritization efforts. At the U.S. Fish and Wildlife Service, they're focusing on monitoring of the federally listed bumblebees, as well as the National Wildlife Refuge System inventory and monitoring efforts, which currently have limited coverage, but they're developing a more strategic approach. They also have a new position co-located with USGS at the Bee Lab, and they're launching the National Pollinator Conservation Center that'll have a variety of other new positions and will support native bee inventory and monitoring. At the National Park Service, they have no national scale pollinator monitoring efforts, but support pollinator monitoring within each individual park and encourage consistent methodology that can be repeated from inventory to become monitoring and will allow regional inferences if this information is rolled up. At BLM, we've recently published our strategic plan for pollinator conservation, which guides us to develop an inventory of BLM managed lands. And we're working to do that under an agreement with Dr. Olivia Carroll. We have many different considerations when we prioritize areas, including our BLM sensitive species, needs for information for impact assessments, areas of high diversity or abundance, and our national conservation land system. At USGS, they support the science of many other DOI agencies, as well as run the National Inventory and Monitoring Lab for native bees. We also engage in quite a bit of international native bee monitoring coordination at DOI, including North American-wide efforts through the CEC, Arctic-wide efforts through the Arctic Council, as well as have many DOI participants and leadership roles in the IUCN Wild Bee Specialist Group. So thank you for your time. We're looking forward to collaborating with you. It's a great time to be working on pollinators and bee conservation and monitoring within DOI. And we encourage you to reach out to your DOI colleagues. Thank you.